All right, good afternoon and welcome back everyone to more Corona Classic Cup action here coming to us courtesy of Group 2 here tonight, and it's going to be round 4 with this Group 2 of drivers in this league. For this round 4, we are, you guessed it from what you can see on screen already, it is Spa-Francorchamps here in Stavelot, Belgium. It's a beautiful classic track. It's perfect for the Classic Cup, obviously. And for tonight, we're also going to be calling it something a little bit special. It is the Stroopwafel Grand Prix, or I guess they would say it here as the Grosse Prix du Stroopwafel. So welcome everyone, welcome to a new channel as well dedicated to this league. It's myself, BLIN-MACHINE, with you guys for another week here with Group 2. And with me tonight, instead of Broomhandle, who we're sort of used to been seeing in the Group 2 commentary, he's actually going to be racing with the guys here tonight, or possibly not racing with the guys here tonight. Or no, he is, yeah, he's currently in 4th place. But in his place, in the co-commentary position here with me tonight is going to be Ferret. How you doing, man?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm pretty excited. You know, this is a very special track. You told me that you really like it. What makes it so special for you personally?
It's the history. It's the whole background to it, what it means to Belgium as well. It's just very key to everybody, really, for the F1 world and motorsport in general.
All right, and in terms of the driving from you know, a driver's perspective here tonight for these guys, what do you think is going to be the most challenging thing for them?
Well, I think the most challenging part will be actually mostly defending. Honestly, this is a tough circuit if you're in front to defend, especially when you're going down the Kemmel Straight. That's like the toughest place to defend.
Yeah, I think, and obviously, you know, Radion and Eau Rouge, those famous corners that we see Broomhandle going through right now, cutting the curb there a little bit into Eau Rouge, but we are allowing the drivers the regular track limits here tonight, as we normally do in the Classic Cup. So that means you are allowed to go onto the curb, you are allowed to take, you know, 3 wheels onto the curb pretty much if you're going outside of the white line on those corners that can be extended, but you cannot abuse the track limits, and if you do, there will be penalties handed out. But since we joined a little bit later into qualifying here, I do want to apologize for that, just adding a little bit of a technical difficulty there, getting this new channel up and running here tonight for you guys. But looking at the times, we've already got set on the board here. 147.0 from Danny Boy puts him on provisional pole for the moment. To Paxter doing a 147.112, very close. Oh, and Danny Boy just improved to a 146.8, still on pole position there. TKM King that we're just seeing right now, he is just about to complete his lap as he's coming through the bus stop chicane there. And he is going to, looks like he's going to stay in 3rd place right now. Oh, no, sorry, he improved to 2nd place with a 146.9. Tapaxter is getting ready for another outlap. But besides those top 3, we have Bivessier, who is actually the winner of our last Grand Prix of round 3 in Austria, and what an amazing job he did to get that one. It was a little bit messy there with the restart under the safety car towards the end of that Grand Prix, but it just opened up the door for Bivessier to totally manipulate that one and you know, capitalize on that situation. We have that Porchi dude in 5th place, Broomhandle in 6th, Chael Wadi currently in 7th. He's actually the leader of this championship after 3 rounds, sitting up there with 22 points, and Danny Boy chasing him down with 19. We've also got Mad Nathan in 8th place right now, Kyle in 9th, Philippe in 10th, Marco F. Kenya in 11th. I think that is a newer driver on the grid here tonight. And also Fabregas rejoining Group 2 for another race here this week. I'm very excited to see what they're all gonna be able to do. I was gonna ask for anyone in particular that you're keeping your eye on from this grid?
Oh, personally, I'm quite new to these drivers, so I'm actually kind of like observing everybody right now.
Okay, are you familiar with any of these drivers from possibly other leagues or anywhere else at all?
I am actually not. I'm completely new to the drivers. I know everything about the circuits and the cars, but these are brand new drivers to me, so it's going to be quite interesting from my point of view.
All right, perfect. Well, you know what? Since you know a lot more about the tracks and the history behind that kind of stuff, I know that you're really interested in that. Tell us more about how can you decipher Radion from Eau Rouge? I know that this is going to be a big question here tonight.
So, Eau Rouge is your turn three. It's the lowest part of the circuit, really, at that point. So it's that short left-hander. As soon as you go off that and you go onto the right-hander, that is the start of Rodillion. Rodillion is basically a chicane. It's a long sweeping chicane, which is which causes a lot of accidents really when people go a bit too heavy-footed on that corner. But that is the main difference really. That's like when you go from the left to the right. That's when you're changing from Eau Rouge to Rodillion.
Yeah, and a lot of these corners on this track are actually named after the nearest regions and places near to this track. We have Blanchimont, which is a little village nearby. Radion is a little village nearby where you said the original race used to go through as well. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, so you got Campus, Stavelot, Bruxelles, Blanchimont. They're all pretty much places that the circuit actually used to go through.
Absolutely. So it's such an exciting track. I mean, from any way you look at it. First of all, it's the longest track on the F1 calendar for quite a time now. At 7 kilometers long, 7.004 kilometers, or 4.352 miles. So about 4.5 miles or 7 kilometers long. That is the longest track that we have come to know. Tapakster just about to cross the line here. Can he steal pole position? No, he cannot. He stays in third with a 147.0. So it looks like Danny Boy is going to dominate qualifying for one more time here in Group 2 of the Classic Cup with a 146.818, and TKM King, again a new name that I'm seeing in Group 2 this week with a 146.9. Not bad for a debut in qualifying.
It was a quality time there. It's quite close as well through the pack, so it's going to be an interesting race.
Absolutely, and of course we have no idea how the weather might turn out here, and if the weather does show up to the show, that might be very, very interesting here. This track with, even the misty conditions can really get quite messy. But looking at the grid right now, it's Danny Boy on pole position, TKM King in second, Chael Waddy managing to recover to third after he was quite down on the grid there in the early stages of qualifying. But Tapakster in fourth, Mad Nathan in fifth, Bevezier in sixth, Portudude in seventh, Broomhandle in eighth. We have Kyle in 9th, Philippe in 10th, Mark of Kenya, in 11th, Fabregas in 12th, and Luke Flano was disqualified in the session. I think he might have had a moment and a spin somewhere, made him face the wrong way. And of course in qualifying, this game is very brutal. If you face the wrong way or go the wrong way, you get disqualified pretty quickly. But that's going to be our starting grid for this Stroopwafel Grand Prix in the Classic Corona Cup Group 2 for round 4. Alright, so pretty sunny skies right now as it looks on track. Looks like the weather might be pretty nice for this one. So what are we to expect here with everybody using the Braun cars? No DRS, of course, because these cars did not have DRS yet. Do you think we're going to see a bunch of trains, or how are people going to be able to overtake?
Well, it's all down to the getting the slipstream, getting the toe really. So the long straights are going to be where the passes are going to happen, or maybe you might see a few dive bombs, especially into turn 1, where cars do tend to slow down and pack up quite nicely.
And in terms of strategy, this one might be an interesting one. I myself race in Group 1 of Classic Cup, and depending on the track, it's always either a one-stop or a no-stop. Now, on a track like Spa, it's super, super long. We're only doing 22 laps here because of the length of a single lap here tonight, so 50% is just 22 laps. But how is it on the tires usually?
Let's see, it's similar to the way you think of this, Joe Silverstone. It is quite heavy on your front left, because a lot of the turns you are putting a lot of pressure on that tyre. But you are looking at the one stops, it's quite evenly weighed out really for most drivers.
Alright, so that's going to be an interesting one. I'm not sure if they're going to go for a no-stop race or if they're going to make a stop at some point in this race. I mean, one of our races, I think it was either Monaco or something, or somewhere thereabouts, but we had a strategy that said no stops. It told us that the tires can go for like 60 laps or somewhere thereabouts, which is absolutely ridiculous when you compare it to, you know, the today's standard of a soft tire in the dry. You know, you can maybe do 12 laps and then you got to get it off and put on a medium or a hard so that you can, you know, play out a good strategy. But with these 2010 cars, with these Braun, or sorry, was it 2009 Braun, right?
Yeah, 2009.
Yeah, I always get those two confused, but the 2009 Braun GP cars, it was a one-season wonder, so to speak. Beautiful car, absolutely amazing. From personally driving it myself a few rounds back in Group 1, I gotta say, it's controllable, it's very controllable. It's very comparable to the Red Bulls and the McLarens that we normally drive in this series. But again, this is gonna be such an incredible race. I just cannot wait to get started. Cannot wait to see what people are gonna do. Just gonna run through the standings in the championship quickly. Chael Wadi leading with 22 points. Danny Boyd 19. Kyle is in third with 15 points. Tapaxer with 13 points in fourth place. Philippe in fifth with 11. Bivezier and Mergen are both tied at 10 points for sixth place there. Porchy Dude with 7 points. Tasmania Devil with 3 points. And then we have a lot of people with low points there. Jack the King and Luke Flannel with a couple points each. Leon and Fabregas with 1 point to their name. Everybody else has not scored just yet, but we're only in round 4. We're still we're pretty much just getting to halfway through this season. Still got many more races to go. Ferret, you know, this is our first broadcast together, so I don't really know too much about you, but what's your favorite track?
My favourite track is actually Canada. I absolutely love Canada. If every time I've ever watched it or even raced it myself, it's been one of those tracks where I've just enjoyed every moment of it. But Belgium is quite a close second.
Alright, well, as a Canadian, I can really appreciate that, and I can tell you I really love the Canadian Grand Prix as well. I haven't had a chance to go there yet. I'm really hoping to go this year, and possibly, you know, if we're allowed to. That's something that nobody really just knows yet. We know the Grand Prix is going to go through, but nobody knows if fans are going to be allowed. So hopefully we'll be able to see the cars in real life this year at the Canadian Grand Prix. But for tonight, we are at the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps for the Stroopwafel Grand Prix of the Classic Corona Cup of Group 2 for round 4. We've got the drivers lining up on the grid after their formation lap. Alright, let's get ready here. Looks like the lights are coming on. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights are on. The lights go out here, and let's see what sort of start we're going to get. Danny Boy gets a pretty bad start, gets bundled down a little bit on the start there. Chael Wadi down the inside into turn 1, and he is already up into the lead of this race. Danny Boy's now got TKM King right to the left-hand side of him, and they're battling very closely. Coming into Radion and Eau Rouge right now in just a second. This might get ugly, but no, Danny Boy is going to think twice about that one. He's going to slide right behind TKM King for now, and Tapaxer goes super wide there through Radion, cuts it pretty much completely. Now there's more battling going on towards the back. Pretty much everybody's battling on the Camel Straight right now, coming into turn 7, and this is going to be a very close one. I can already see from this race. Oh, a little bit wide there from Portugal. Kyle is now making a move around the outside of him, and he's up into 6th place. We've got yellow flags. Somebody is off a little bit further back. It looks like Luke Flano and Mark of Kenya have had a little bit of an incident, and they've both spun around on right towards the end. Or right towards the entry of turn 10 there. Back to the front though, Danny Boy is now in 3rd place after starting this race up at the front, and he has to battle it back to try and recover those 2 positions. Chael Wadi still leading with TKM King right on his back.
got Mad Nation here who's actually looking at Kylette, and it just goes off track there just before he can actually make any movements into turns 15.
Ooh, Tapextra went super wide there on the exit of turn 16 and almost hit the wall on the outside there, so has to keep it nice and smooth right now. But now he's got Danny Boy and Tapextra are battling for position for third place in this race, as well as Chael Wadi and TKM King are also battling for the lead of the race right in front of them. Danny Boy gets ahead into P3, or sorry, he keeps hold of P3. TKM King keeps hold of P2 for now as well, but this is absolutely crazy at the front right now. Battling going on everywhere on lap 2, or actually lap 3 now already. I'm not sure if that graphic is actually correct, but now Chael Wadi and TKM King are very, very close to each other up the run into Radion right now. Oh, look at that. It looks like TKM King got a much, much better exit out of there, and he's going for the lead of the race once again. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. Someone's retired already. Not sure who that was, but this battle is still going. They're banging wheels and side pods. Oh, Chael, they're getting a little bit pushed out. And TKM King had a little bit of a glitch for a second there. Looked like the car was going to spin out, but he managed to keep it together. Wow, what a crazy start.
Well, the car that's retired was actually someone who's actually joined in the wrong vehicle by mistake, and that's why they retired after the first lap. But I've just seen that that Portuguese dude try and take on Bivessier, and just got kind of like shoved off the track a little bit. So Bivessier saved 8th place for himself.
There we go, the graphic has just fixed itself back again. We're still on lap 2, just like I thought, because I don't think we did 3 laps just yet. Of course, no DRS is going to be enabled on lap 3, unfortunately. These cars did not have DRS yet until 2011, but yeah, this is still absolutely crazy exciting here. We've got Mad Nathan making a move on Kyle into the outside of turn 18 here. This is absolutely crazy. Right before the chicane, he manages to overtake him. Broomhandle is now thinking, I'll join this party. He's coming into the chicane now. Oh, going a little bit wider to avoid the incident. And now he got pushed wide by that Porchy dude. That is absolutely unfortunate for Broomhandle there. He was completely out of everybody's way and just got nudged from the back. It looks like Fabregas and Philippe both gained positions out of that. Bivessier is now trying to make a move on that Porchy dude. So, yeah, that's an unfortunate incident there.
Yeah, it's like that Porchy dude came in a little bit too hot. Just tapped the back wheel and sent him round. Oh, and I'd just seen that Porchy dude.
And Bivessier, yeah, up into Radion, they came together. Bivessier into the wall, virtual safety car is out. Bivessier is retired from the race and he is missing his whole front wing, so he just decided enough was enough for today. So the winner of last round in Austria in Group 2 of Corona Classic Cup is out of the race on lap 3 in round 4 of Stroopwafel Grand Prix. That is very, very unfortunate for Bivessier.
It's a tough call to go side by side. As soon as you go down to Eau Rouge, if you haven't got your lines set, you're going to be all over the place when you come out the exit of Radilli. So it was just unfortunate that both of the cars were side by side, flip wheels, and Bivessier just took to the wall too quick.
Here comes Porchy dude now on Philippe down the inside, and he's managed to make it work in turn 13 around campus there. That was very impressive. But it looks like Philippe is just struggling under traction and on the entries and exits of corners, so that's what really allowed Portugal to move up. So Chael Wadi still leading this race with TKM King in second, Danny Boy in third after starting on pole position, Tapextra in fourth, Mad Nathan in fifth, Kyle in sixth, that one Porchy dude in seventh, and Philippe in 8th place right now. Fabregas made up some positions from starting in 12th. He's now in 9th. Luke Flano was in 13th. He's now running in 10th. And it looks like there's some moves going on here between Broom and Fabregas. Or no, sorry, it was Luke Flano and Broom. Broom just overtook Luke Flano for 10th position.
Yeah, it was a nice move on the inside of the first corner within the chicane. Just made it nice, a swift move right through. No defence really. Luke Flano couldn't defend that move. It was just fantastic. But it looks like Philippe is making a move on Portugal dude.
Oh, and to
Side by
back.
side down the Camel Straight. It's absolutely fantastic to see wheel-to-wheel racing like this. It kind of reminds me of Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher going down the Camel Straight together. There's a great battle between those two drivers right now. Philippe has actually made the move stick now, so he's now in 7th.
Oh, and that Porchy dude just touched the back of Philippe and then spun out onto the grass. Now he's got Fabregas right beside him as well, right behind him. But Porchy dude there just not having a good time at the start of this race.
Well, Fabregas could have made that move happen there on turn 12 there, but unfortunately at turn 11 he actually went on the grass a bit too much, so he kind of like opened the gap up a bit, so Porchy dude's got a bit of luck there.
Alright, so it's only lap 4 of 22, still a long way to go here. It looks like the front runners are keeping about within about a second of each other. Oh, another yellow flag there through sector 2 and 3 for somebody having a moment, but everybody's still on track. No major incidents except for Bevezier and another car in P14, the DNF, that unfortunately I don't have the name for it. Chael Wadi just set the fastest lap of this race with a 1:49.233. Quite quick there, and he's 1.3 seconds ahead of TKM King. But yeah, I love to watch these cars when they're all exactly the same. They're equal on performance, they're equal on everything else. So it's all really just down to the drivers here and what they're able to do. Luke Flano and Broomhandle still going at it here for P10. Broomhandle just overtook Luke Flano once again for P10, but Luke Flano's now got the run right behind him with the slipstream into our Rouge and Radion. They come up, and let's see if he's going to be able to make this one. He's going to go around the outside. On the left-hand side, they're still side-by-side right now. No ERS, no DRS, nothing else to use here. So he's got to catch up again with the slipstream. He's going to try and overtake on the braking, but Broomhandle has got the braking completely outdone there. Oh, and a little nudge from Luke Flano on the back of the car of Broomhandle. So it looks like Luke Flano is quicker through the corners, but he's just braking much earlier than Broomhandle is.
See, this is where the defence of around Belgium gets tough, because there's so many open areas that you've got to put the car in the right position. You've got to brake at the right time to stop any overtaking really at those corners. So Broomhandle's doing well on that front so far. So let's see how long he can last with the onslaught that Luke Flano's got for him.
And I mean, of course, Spa-Francorchamps is always known for, safety cars coming out. So I would probably bet that someone will or might retire on track and have an incident that will cause that. Chael Wadi with another fast lap, 1:48.830. These cars are very, very quick, and it's exactly what I was saying at the start. They're very controllable. Compared to today's cars that just have so much power and not enough aerodynamics because of the regulations that are in place to sort of curb that down so that we don't go absolutely crazy and fly cars up in the air like they used to in the 90s, in the early 2000s. But look at this, the Baxter on Danny Boy with the slipstream, with the better run through the Camel Straight here. He's actually set a purple sector in sector 1 right now. Oh, but they're battling side by side there, and it looks like Tapacture almost got spun out by Danny Boy. Danny Boy very aggressive on the defensive there, but for now, Tapacture is still in 4th place.
Just like we were saying about before about these cars being well balanced, well, you got to think this was the start of the Mercedes car. This is what the Mercedes car was actually originally based on. When they bought it after Braun finished their first season, Mercedes bought it for 150 million, and you've seen what they've got onto now. They're absolutely fantastic what they've started with, and they've ended up with a dominating car.
Yeah, Mercedes is just absolutely crazy. TKM King there setting a purple second sector, so it looks like people are just trading off purple sectors here and there. I'm not sure if they're just getting used to these cars. Maybe the tires are coming into action right now. These tires are absolutely amazing too. How long they used to be able to last compared to today, as I've already mentioned, just absolutely incredible. But yeah, TKM King and his what I think is his first showing here, unless he is Jack the King, which he might be. But yeah, doing an incredible job in second place, keeping close to Chelwadi. Chelwadi now, though, 1.8 seconds ahead.
Broomhandle up with Fabregas through the chicane, and Broomhandle makes the move happen.
And now look at Luke Flano. He's lining up on the both of them here into turn one. He's gonna do the sort of a switchback on Fabregas. Oh no, Fabregas and Luke Flano come together. Fabregas there just lost the car on the exit of the corner. Just a little bit too eager on the throttle, it looked like, and took out Luke Flano with him. Luke, though, back on the road, has no visible damage, at least for now, so he should be okay. But Fabregas there now drops quite a bit back. That Porchy dude, though, completely capitalizing on this whole situation, and he is right behind Philippe. Philippe just went super wide there on the exit of turn 10, and there goes Porchy dude up into 7th place. There we go. This is exactly what this track delivers. You gotta wait, put the pressure on the guy in front. They will eventually make a mistake.
I was just on board with Broomhandle then when Luke Flano and Fabregas had that little spin-off. It kind of looked like a synchronized dance, to be honest. They both twisted, absolutely mirrored each other and went off. One went hit one wall, one hit the other wall, so complete opposites. Unfortunate to see that kind of thing happen on a little mistake through turn one, but thankfully both drivers are back in the race and carrying on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, nobody's fault there, honestly. Fabregas was doing his best to keep the car in a straight line, but it just snapped on him there for a quick moment. If Luke Flano wasn't so close behind him, I don't think it would have been an issue. And TKM King, 148.6. I was watching him, as you guys can see him on stream right now. He seems to have now turned up the gear. He's really closing up to Chelwadi. He's down to just 0.5 of a second. Into turn one, they were down to about 0.3 of a second. This is absolutely incredible from TKM King. He's getting a better run through, through Radion, through Our Rouge, and through most of the corners here. And then on the straight, keeping right to the back of Chael. They're trying to get all of the stream team he can, all of the tow, and just a little bit, twitchy into the corners compared to Chelwadi. I think maybe there's a difference there of a controller versus a wheel.
Yeah, you can see there's a different way when it's like seems like a little bit like a bit more oversteer with TKM King, but Chelwadi it seems to be a little bit off the corners. It seems to be going a little bit off the apex, which is where TKM is making the difference right now.
Alright, well, let's switch on board here and let's just watch and listen to this battle for a moment. These cars are classic cars and they sound incredible. This battle is now really heating up. It looks like maybe TKM King is going to make the move here into the chicane at the end of the track here. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to go for the switchback. Doesn't quite work for him. Has to catch the back of the car there from spinning him out on the exit of the corner. But this battle is still going. TKM King now down the inside of turn one. There's another touch, a little bit of wheel banging. And Tepaxture set another fastest lap while we were watching this battle going on. But now, as I said, TKM King, he's not waiting around anymore. He's turned up the gear and he is going for it. Onto the Camel Straight now, getting out of his slipstream there for a moment, and I think it lost him a bit of straight line speed there. Oh my god, look at this. He had to choose a side there very quickly. Still side by side. They're coming now through Lecombe, and it looks like TKM King is up into the lead of this race on lap 9 of 22. Wow, what an amazing overtake there. What a battle, but this is not over. We know what Chelwadi can do from the first 3 rounds we've seen him in Group 2, so expect him to fight back.
Well, that battle that you just described then just mirrored what happened between Danny Boy and Tepaxture right there, right in front of my eyes now. They were wheel to wheel all the way down the Camel Straight, right through Lecombs. Luckily for Danny Boy, he got into turn 10 a little bit quicker and was able to hold off that position. So good battle there, very clean.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. I keep on saying, you know, in every league and every race that I commentate on, that the drivers do an incredible job of just keeping focus and being able to complete all these laps and being able to battle and also manage your strategy and your fuel and your tires and everything else all at the same time. You know, I personally know how much focus that takes, but some of these guys that, you know, are much, much faster than myself, some of the guys in this league included as well, I'm just absolutely surprised by them every single week of how they're able to control these cars and control different types of cars on different weeks. I know a lot of them race on F1 2020 cars and classic cars, and they do some, you know, Assetto Corsa and GT Sport and all kinds of other cars there as well. So it's absolutely incredible to see, but that's why I love this community, and that's, I think, why we all love racing. You can do so many different things, so many different cars, so many different tracks, and you can try out all kinds of different things every time. Here comes the Baxter on Danny Boy once again. They're side by side on the Camel Straight. They're coming into turn one. How is this going to end up now? The Baxter is going to brake later there and jump himself into P3. Danny Boy gets a little bit wiggly on the exit of that corner there, but now he gets a really good run as they're coming into turn 10. Let's see how this is going to work out now. Danny Boy down the inside. To Baxter there on the outside. They're still side by side as they're coming in through the next left-hander here. Oh, well, more touching, more contact between these two, and now this is going to be crazy. Are they going to take this one through Puan? Oh my goodness, Danny Boy's just squeezing in front of the Baxter.
That is an epic battle. A little bit of contact, but nothing to put each other off. That was fantastic to watch all the way from the Camel Straight.
Incredible racing going on here as we're nearing the halfway point of this round 4 of Group 2 in the Corona Classic Cup on this very special Grand Prix, the Stroopwafel Belgian Grand Prix, that we're using these Braun cars, everybody in the same cars, everybody is pretty much equal on performance, equal on everything else, no DRS, no ARS, nothing else except for just your skills. To Baxter and Danny Boy are showing that on track right now as they're battling once again through the last chicane, and Tapaxter regains third position as TKM King is the first one to jump into the pits for a brand new set of dry tires. And we did also get some information from the chat letting us know that rain might be expected towards the closing stages of this race. Now, wouldn't that be exciting?
Rain in Belgium is always exciting. I would love to see how the drivers handle a Rouge with a dry setup in the wet. It's going to be difficult, but it should be. These drivers should be able to do that, no problem.
Danny Boy coming down the inside. Oh, he cuts the corner there after a little bit of a touch with Tapaxter. Tapaxter still manages to squeeze ahead of them on the next right-hander as they're coming into turn 9 and 10 right now. Tapaxter is still in front of Danny Boy, but these two are just trading positions every couple of corners here. They're just absolutely capitalizing to the max on the slipstream and the toe of these cars because there's nothing else that you can do. But other than that, I think, you know, it's, as I said, many times already, that it's just down to your driving skills here today. And Danny and Tapaxter in this absolutely incredible battle here. It's been going on for a while. I'm sure it's going to be all the way down to the line. Oh, Tapaxter goes wide now through what was that one? Through Stavelot there, and now Danny Boy is lining up a move. Tapaxter on the grass again, on the outside of the track there. That is absolutely incredible. You got to be really careful with these cars, though. Don't touch the grass because they might just spin out on you completely. Danny Boy's going to think about a move around the outside or maybe the switchback into the chicane here, into the second part of the chicane. He does think about the switchback, but Tapaxter gets a beautiful line through Dale Chelwadi with another fastest lap of this race. And Mark of Kenya has just retired at, where is that? So he is right here in the wall on the exit of Stavelot. And no safety car, just a yellow flag for that one. I'm surprised by that. So that means this race keeps on going on lap 12. We've had a couple of people pit already, but Chael and Tapaxture and Danny Boy have not pit for any new tires yet. And again, I'm not even sure if they will at all. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. We don't know how long these tires can make it, what sort of condition they're in right now, but they're still putting in some really fast times.
It will be quite interesting to see how the end of the race, come the end of the race, depending on when the rain sets in, depends whether they might have to go into a wet tyre, or they might be pushing for that long stint of the dry tyre, giving the fresh tyre a bit more health throughout the closing stages.
Yeah, I mean, they could still go any way possible, but look at that Chael right now, 7.6 seconds clear of Tapaxture in second place. He's just set another purple second sector, so this might be another fastest lap from Chael. I guess he's just burning off the fuel, and it's just allowing the car to be a little bit lighter, and that's what's allowing him to put in these times, or maybe he's just discovering more and more pace. I just saw a little flash of drizzle on screen. Was that the same for you there, Ferret?
Yeah, I'm on board with Danny. I can just see some speckles of rain hitting the ground, so halfway through the race and there's a bit of rain already. I think some drivers might be thinking about jumping in for the wet tyre in a lap or two.
Alright, well, welcome to the show, the rain virtual safety car. Luke Flano has just retired from the race. What happened to Luke? We're on board with Fabregas here. Let's see if we're gonna make it there in time to see what happened, but it looks like he is out on the exit of Pouan. I think he might have just lost the back of the car and spun himself out. That Porchy dude is the first one to jump into the pits under the safety car, but I guess this is absolutely perfect for Chael Wadi, Tapaxture, and Danny Boy. If they want to make a pit stop, this is the perfect time. Now the question is going to be, do you stay on dry tires or do you risk it and you put on the wet and I know you're going to be underperforming for the first couple of laps, but do you take that risk now or do you stay around?
Oh, right now I'd stick for another lap at least on those dry tires. But they'll be watching that Porchy dude right now to see how he does on the tyres, see if he makes any difference, because he's the first one on those wet tyres.
He seems to be well in control of the car. It's spitting out a little bit on the back, but overall it's feeling pretty good, I gotta say. So we'll see how he does in the next couple of laps. Fabregas is now going into the pits as well. Chael is still 7.8 seconds clear of Tapaxture. Danny Boy is having a lot of trouble in these conditions. I just switched on board as he's going into the wall, and he breaks off a huge piece of his front wing, and that is the worst possible time for Danny Boy to do that. He needs to come into the pits anyways to change tires, but now he's gonna lose time to changing the front wing. Now TKM King, he was in second place before the rain came in. He was the first one to jump into the pits and change his tires. Now he's gonna have to make another pit stop to change over to the wets. Chael is coming into the pits from the lead. He is putting on a wet tire.
Yeah, the rain seems to have just jumped there, got really heavy all of a sudden, so maybe this is the best time for drivers to jump onto those wet tyres.
Absolutely, everyone is into the pits. TKM King was just having trouble keeping the car in line there in the pit lane. Oh, and his teammate is in front of him in the pits as well, so they're actually going to be double stacking. This is going to hurt TKM King by a lot of time. Chael is already back on track. Tapaxture is now over 17 seconds behind him. This is absolutely incredible. This worked out to Chael's advantage massively, and he is now he's racing by himself.
Yeah, a lot of clear space now. So, but it's getting used to those wet tyres now with the setup, whatever setup they chose in qualifying, whether they chose ready for a wet race or maybe a lot of people would have risked for the dry setup. So it'd be quite interesting to see how it goes throughout. But Chelsea with that massive gap, it's going to be tough for anybody to close that down.
Yeah, this is absolutely unbelievable, honestly. Sometimes when rain is forecast towards the end of the race. It might not come, or it might not come in time, but this time around it just came out of nowhere. It came fast and it's coming down heavy, and that is adding to this race, and it's just such an incredible thing to see here. Classic cars racing in the rain around Spa-Francorchamps. Absolutely incredible. I am enjoying every second of this.
Yeah, it's just one of those spectacular moments. It's like, maybe not, it might not be as good as the 2011 Jenson Button in Canada, but it's nearly there.
Alright, lap 14 of 22, 8 more laps to go in this round 4 of the Corona Classic Cup for Group 2. That Portuguese dude is trying to defend from Mad Nathan, but this, if we needed skills before on these cars with no DRS and no ERS, now you really need some serious skills to keep these cars in line in these sort of conditions. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's super hard. Last night, myself and the Group 1 drivers, we had to battle through USA, starting in the wet and then very slowly transitioning over to the dry. And wow, I mean, I have no idea how we managed to make it through there, but it was so difficult. So I absolutely understand what these guys are going through right now, and how hard it is to drive these cars in these conditions, especially on this track with the super quick corners around here. They're really long, sweeping, very, very high speed. Matt Nathan there, absolutely almost losing the car right now, coming into Radion and Eau Rouge, cutting the corner because he just can't keep the car straight.
Well, as you say about the rain, I think it's a lot harder when it starts off dry and then becomes in a wet race, because you are transitioning from dry to wet quite quickly. Whereas a wet race to a dry race transitions quite slowly, so you get used to it and it gets easier and easier for every lap. So I think these have got a lot much tougher than it being the reverse.
Ooh, TKM King and Philippe just came together there, and TKM King jumps ahead. Philippe almost goes into the gravel on the exit of Lacombe there. TKM King still really struggling to get the car to stay on track and just drive around here. It's getting harder and harder, but in the meantime, one person who's having no trouble right now is Jail Wadi. He's in first place. He's just extended his gap to almost 20 seconds. He can make another pit stop if he wants to right now and put on a brand new set of wets and still make it to the end of the race in first place. It's absolutely incredible. His skills are obviously up there. He's able to control the car well in the dry and just as well in the wet. That's a mark of a really good driver, and he's very consistent with all of his times across the race so far. I'm very impressed. I gotta say, Chel Wadi is really gunning for this championship and for the win here today. Ooh, to Paxter there on the start-finish straight, came out of the chicane and tried to put the power down, and the car was just not having it. It was all over the place, wiggling around like a fishtail.
Mad Nathan just comes out the chicane, wiggles a little bit and ends up clipping the wall. I think he might have some front-end damage, but yeah, he's got wing damage to his right front.
Yeah, absolutely. And now TKM King still struggling, and Philippe is closing up on him now into turn 1. So yeah, this is absolutely, I don't know how to even describe the situation. The rain is super, super heavy. Oh, and a safety car! A safety car is out! Matt Nathan is out! Matt Nathan, what happened to him? We're on board here with TKM King, who's just coming up the hill here of Eau Rouge, and there he is. Oh. There's Matt Nathan, completely crashed out. Both wheels on the front are off, and that is the end of the race for Matt Nathan. But a safety car, most importantly, is out. Chael Wadi is 25 seconds ahead of Tapaxter. Will he pit for another brand new set of wets, or is he going to just continue on? What would you do in this situation?
The wets are still quite fresh, so it's a difficult call, but he knows they're going to be catching up with him, so he might as well jump in the pits with a free pit stop, take the fresher tyres. It gives him the best advantage he can, really, but in theory he doesn't really need to.
Yeah, unbelievable scenes here right now. If we thought that the rain was exciting, have yourself a rain and the safety car late in the race with only 6 more laps to go, considering that 2 or 3 of them are going to be under the safety car. Chael Wadi decides to stay out. He is not going to be pitting. He is choosing to keep track position. Now, I would have actually pitted, and I'll tell you why, because now that means that that humongous gap between himself and Tapacture, he's going to actually have to wait it out under the safety car, and the safety car might stay out for longer now because it will have to close up the gap. If anybody pits, and it looks like somebody will be pitting, or at least for a second there it looked like somebody was thinking about it, but no, everybody's continuing on for it now. But yeah, this is going to take a while. The safety car is going to be out with us for at least 3 laps, I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you with the pitting. Sherwood team had the perfect chance. He would have got 3 pit stop pretty much because he had all the time in the world to take that pit and still get to the safety car first. But it's one of those things. The tyres are good. The tyres still last to the end of the race, so there was no real necessity, but it might have gave him an advantage when they come out with the safety car reset.
Wow, well this is gonna be one hell of an ending to this Grand Prix. With 5 more laps to go, we're under safety car conditions here in round 4 of the Corona Classic Cup for Group 2. Chael Wadi leading the race right now, leading the championship as well. Danny Boy, who's in second in the championship, is 4th in this race. Look at Kyle, he's managed to close up some positions here. Where did he start in this race? He started in 9th place, and he's currently in 3rd on the podium. Absolutely incredible job from Kyle, and he's gonna have another chance now to possibly make up another position on Tapacture, or maybe even Chael Wadi. Who knows what's gonna happen on the restart, how that's gonna go. I mean, a safety car absolutely resets the race, changes everything. All of your strategies and everything else is pretty much out the window. You have to replan everything from scratch, and we're gonna see how our drivers are gonna handle that. But just quickly, I wanted to thank everybody who's watching this stream right now. Thank you guys so much. Leave us a like, send in some comments, subscribe to the channel. I know it's a newer channel. It only got started up today, even though the league has been up for a little while. But yeah, at least now we've got this dedicated channel where we'll be streaming all of the races for both Group 1 and Group 2. And you guys can find all of the action for the Classic Corona Cup here on this channel. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, send in some more comments. I love reading those. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this race so far. Ferret, your impressions with this race so far?
Oh, I think it's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Belgium, Rome, GP01 cars, rain. Can't ask for anything better, really. Maybe if it was in Canada, let's throw that out there. But absolutely fantastic. It is an instant classic when you put all those things together.
Yeah, I think it's really delivered everything we could have possibly asked here today. We started up on dry conditions with mad battles going on all over the place. Then we had the rain come in out of nowhere, and then a safety car brought out by the retirement of Matt Nathan on the exit of the Eau Rouge up the hill there. Unfortunately lost the car, but again, you can't blame anyone in these conditions for losing the car. It's so hard to control. Last night, personally, what I wrote in the chat after the race was, it felt like driving on ice, especially when we were in the transition stage of between wet to dry. You didn't really know what sort of tire to go for. The wets weren't really doing much. The dries were not dry enough, so it was all over the place. And so absolutely incredible job from all of these drivers for keeping it on track, for keeping it close and clean, and what an incredible show it's been so far.
Definitely agree with you on there. The advantage these have got is the fact that the rain came so quick that it actually made the whole circuit wet pretty much within a lap. So the decision was already there for them, whereas yourself in a Group 1, you had to work out when was the perfect time to put on the dry tyres. But this is the perfect moment now, I would say, to really get to know each of the drivers, really see what we think about how they've been performing today. As you say, Kyle has been fantastic.
Yeah, I think all of these drivers have really done a great job here tonight, but we've still got a few more laps to go. We're still on the safety car. We're coming into, I think this is the third lap of the safety car, and we're coming to the end of the second sector in just a moment here. That's usually when we will see the message that the safety car will be coming in. Let's see if that's going to come up now. Nothing just yet. There is one car very, very far back. I think that's Fabregas. So the safety car might want to wait for him, although sometimes the restart happens anyways. Let's wait and see.
This is the second lap the safety car's been out. So
alright.
It's a lot. It feels like forever when the safety car goes around there. Spa. It just takes forever.
Yeah, absolutely. Such a long track.
Yeah, while I've got the time here, I'm actually going to throw a few little facts out about the circuit and the car as well. It's just so for our viewers. So the circuit, right, well, as you said before, is 4.3 miles long. In 1979, it actually was cut down in half because it was 9.3 miles long back in 1979. So it's a massive restructure. The chicane used to be a bus stop chicane until the late 90s. So it was basically classed as double chicane. So it was like a lot of changes that happened to this circuit, and it's made it a fantastic looking circuit, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. I enjoy driving here every single time, no matter what sort of vehicle I'm using. It's just one of those tracks that when you think Formula One, you just think right away Monaco, Monza, Spa. You know, a couple of places just come to mind, and Spa is definitely one of them.
Yeah, it's one of the top six. You have six tracks that no matter what F1 car does will never be F1 without the top six. So this is definitely one of them. And I've never met anybody who says they don't like Spa ever. It's like everybody loves it. You can see why, really, when we bring up fantastic races like this.
Absolutely. Well, we're coming to pretty much the closing stages here now. I'm hoping that the safety car will be coming out on this lap. Fabregas is closed up to the field by quite a lot. But again, such a long track here. We're only into the start of the second sector now, just slowly getting through there as the cars make their way. But yeah, I mean, this track, these cars, today's race, it all really fell together into a great show, and I'm excited to see how this one is gonna end as well. Let's wait for that message if the safety car is gonna be coming in on this lap. Chael Wadi is trying to get some heat into those tires, but in these conditions and at this sort of speed, that is pretty much almost impossible here. But this restart is going to be crucial for a lot of these drivers. Either they're going to have a good one or they're going to have a bad one, and you know, we might have more incidents, we might have anything happen, really. Nobody knows. Safety car in this lap. So Chael Wadi is now bunching up the field, letting the safety car really get ahead there. It's a huge long run to the straight from where they are right now. The safety car is very slowly making its way as well, but Chael is trying to give himself enough space here.
Yeah, so what he's doing, what he can really, it's like the heating tyres up in the wet, you've got to keep your turns narrow. Where when it's dry, you can go a little bit wide to get more heat. He wants to try and keep on that racing line where it's the most dry and give it tight wiggles to get the heat in those tyres.
Safety car is just pulling into the pit lane right now. Chael Wadi in first, Tapaxter in second, Kyle in third, doing an incredible job already. Chael Wadi there, super wide through the chicane. I'm not sure if he lost the back there, but now it looks like Kyle's got a pretty good run on Tapaxter. Tapaxter got slowed down there by Chael Wadi's super wide run, and he didn't really gain any time. Danny Boy's thinking about a move, but he has to think twice about it. Kyle spins out, and Danny Boy crashes into Kyle. Kyle unfortunately just lost the car there, and Danny Boy just lost 4 positions. 4 cars. Broomhandle, Philippe, Laportitude, and TKM King all went through. They're all battling up the hill right now through Radion and Eau Rouge. Let's see how this is going to end up. Absolutely beautiful there. Laportitude holding on to 4th place right now. TKM King back onto the podium from running in second in most of this race, but then making that early pit stop right before the rain came and had to make another one. Laportitude still keeping 4th place right now from Philippe, who's really trying to make a move on him on this restart. Only 2 more laps to go in this race.
At turn 1 as well, Fabregas went spun out as well, so that basically gave Kyle 1 place back. So it's unfortunate Fabregas got caught up there at the back. But this battle there between Felipe and Portugal is going to be, I reckon it's going to go right to the end.
This is absolutely amazing. I have no idea how we got to this point there. As I said, nobody could have predicted what happens at the restart, and nobody could have predicted Kyle and Danny Boy coming together there and losing all of those positions, or Kyle just spinning out the car and catching Danny Boy with him. It was very unfortunate for Danny Boy, who was really pushing for podium positions in tonight's race, but now it's TKM King back onto the podium once again. That Portuguese dude 1.1 seconds behind, and he's got Felipe on his back with Danny Boy in 6th, following closely. Chael Wadi still in 1st place right now, 1.9 seconds clear of Tapakshir.
Absolutely fantastic. I've got to give hats off to Broom Handle for the recovery drive, as well as TKM King for the double pit, and still now sitting 3rd, close behind Tate Paxton.
Felipe making a move there on Porchy Dude into the bus stop chicane, making it work for now, but now that Porchy Dude's got a massive run on him on the start finish straight into turn 1, round the outside. He's gonna think about it, not quite enough space there. He's gonna get a pretty good run though. Fabregas gets a 5-second penalty for corner cutting there. Felipe does not have a good run right now as they're coming into our Rouge and Radion. How is this gonna end up here? Felipe going a little bit wide there, but keeping the car together. Oh, and Porchy Dude going really wide, almost lost the car altogether, almost went into the wall. Danny Boy's now got a massive run on him on the Camel Straight, coming into turn 7. Let's see what he's gonna do here. He's not gonna go for a move just yet, but oh, another touch there on the back of that Porchy Dude car. That is not good. Porchy Dude going super wide onto the grass. Danny Boy up into 5th place.
That Portuguese dude had to lift off for a Rouge there. He was a bit too close to Felipe to do anything. He lifted off, and that's kind of like, you've got to kind of keep the power on. When you go for Rouge and Medillion to actually keep the control of the vehicle, that's why he went wide, giving Danny basically an open window to make an attempt.
Broom Handle there drifting around the corners, really hoping and trying to keep this car in line, but it's not easy in these conditions. We are now on lap 21 of 22, so just about a lap and a half left here to go. Danny Boy just made his way up into 5th place a few moments ago, but that Porchy Dude is not letting him off easy on that one. He's had a lot of mistakes and moments in tonight's race, but he is still fighting strong for all of the points that he can possibly make up here tonight. Danny Boy just made a massive mistake there through the exit of campus, and now it looks like that Porchy Dude is trying to line up on him through Blanchimont. Let's see if that's going to be close enough. Danny Boy going wide once again on the exit of turn 18, and that one Porchy Dude is just pushing and pushing on every lap. Danny Boy losing the back end of the car there on the exit of the bus stop chicane, and that one Porchy Dude still not able to make anything happen. We are now on the last lap of this race with Chael Wadi leading by 1.1 seconds to Paxter right behind him. Oh, TKM King just had a massive moment. He's still having this moment. He's still trying to catch the car on the exit of turn 1. That was absolutely incredible, managing to keep the car together. Now that one Porchy Dude is lining up on Danny Boy through our Rouge and Radion. They come onto the Camel Straight. Not a perfect run there from the Porchy Dude, but he's still got a pretty good slipstream on Danny Boy. Is he gonna make a move here into turn 7, into Lecombe? He's gonna try and go around the outside. Danny Boy is not really leaving him any space there, so nowhere for that Porchy Dude to go for now, but still a long lap to go here. He's gonna have a couple more chances, but he's just losing the car out of the exits of the corners, not really having a great time. But Tapakshir is still closing up on Chael Wadi. He's now within a second. They've only got a few more corners to go here on this last lap. Let's see if Tapakshir is gonna be able to try and steal this win away.
Yeah, coming to the final stages, the battles are starting to heat up, and Tay Baxter's got a very good line through the corners at the moment, so it could all come down to the last few corners right now.
Baxter not really making anything happen here, so it looks like Chael Wadi, if he can bring it home, that might be another win for him. That will be the second one in this season in only 4 rounds. and it will be 3 podiums out of 4 races. That is absolutely incredible performance from Chelwadi as he's now coming in into the bus stop chicane. Just 2 more corners to go here, and he will make it over to the line. Chelwadi started in 3rd, coming across the line to win the Stroopwafel Grand Prix in Group 2 of the Corona Classic Cup. Everybody drifting across the line there, with Tapacture taking 2nd place, TKM King in 3rd, Philippe in 4th, Danny Boy in 5th, that one Portuguese dude in 6th, Kyle in 7th, Broomhandle in 8th, and Fabregas rounding up the grid in 9th place. We had 5 DNFs of Med Nathan, Luke Flano, Mark of Kenya, B. Vezier, and the 14th car, which does not have a name. We'll call it the Ghost car. Wow, what a race this was. Absolutely unbelievable from all possible aspects. Ferret, this was your first experience in this Group 2 of Classic Cup. Your thoughts?
It's definitely fantastic. It was, I've got to say, it's the best race for me to join in with, because it's Belgium, it's Brawn, it's wet races. It's just exactly what you want from a spectator commentator view.
Yeah, and I can't say anything else to that. It's absolutely what you said. It's just from our perspective as commentators and the viewers here tonight, it was incredible. It delivered all of the different things that we expect from a good Formula One race, and especially from a classic cup such as this. In these classic cars, Spa, wet, safety car at the end, absolutely incredible. So Chelwadi taking the win there with Tapacture in 2nd place, TKM King rounding up the podium, Philippe in 4th and also getting driver of the day, Danny Boy in 5th, that one Portuguese dude in 6th, 7th place goes to Kyle, 8th place to Broomhandle, 9th place to Fabregas and Med Nathan, Luke Flano, Mark of Kenya, B. Vezier, and a Ferrari that was on grid were all DNFs in tonight's race. Wow, I don't even know what else to say, but we will try to get Chelwadi, Tapacture, and TKM King into the party here, and we will have some post-race interviews. Farah, do you have any of those guys in your friends list?
I don't. As I say, I'm quite new to the group, so I'm actually just getting
No problem at all. So give me one quick moment here and I will start inviting them. I do apologize, viewers, for the blue screen that you guys will see for a second, but hopefully we'll be able to get these guys in here pretty quickly. And yeah, actually, while I'm doing this, Farrah, just let us know more about your thoughts about this race and the drivers and everything else that we saw tonight.
bit from him. I reckon if you stayed on with those tires.
Alright, so I'm actually having some trouble inviting these guys into a party because unfortunately I don't have them as friends. So I am just trying to see here how we can get them in. Just give me a couple of moments here. I see Broomhandle, I think, has just created a channel for us here. Let's see if we'll be able to do it from here. We're going to join up in there. Broom, can you hear me? Oh, we've got that one Porchy dude in here. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Give me a couple of seconds. We're just trying to figure out which party we're supposed to be in here so we can get our drivers in. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we're having all kinds of difficulties here today. I do apologize about that. uh, which chat am I supposed to be in? There we go. I think I got the invite now. There we go. Um, and I'm still only here all by myself. We'll get this figured out. Oh, there we go. There's Broomhandle. He's joined the party. And there's Fabregas. Okay, so we're still on there here. I was trying to get all the drivers into here for the post-race interviews. Broom, can you help me out here?
Sure. Yeah, you just trying to get the top three?
Yes.
Okay, I will help out. Just give me 1 second, viewers.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I've just been having some trouble because I don't have them as friends. So
Yes, no worries.
No, I definitely understand that. Just to maybe make my point here with the game. Yeah, I had a rough qualifying time, and I ended up at the back of the grid, and I did not have a good race there. So, unfortunate. Really couldn't catch up with anybody, and that's kind of my perspective of the race. I think Broomhandle had a good race. Unfortunate events there. Saw a couple other drivers kind of lose it here and there, and then finally we got the safety car there at the end, which I thought would make it a little bit more fun. So hopefully you had a good stream. Blin, what was your take of the race?
Oh man, it was crazy from our take. Unfortunately, Ferret got disconnected from the party too, but we'll get him back in here. But yeah, it was absolutely crazy. I mean, going from dry to the wet, with the safety car late in the race, with the restart being a little bit crazy there. I think it was Kyle that had a little bit of a spin out on the back of his car when he came out of turn one, and took Danny Boy out with him as well with just 2 laps to go. So, it was an incredible show to watch. There was some great battles between a lot of drivers. Yeah, it was just all around really nice.
Glad you had a good race for everybody and the viewers, and glad you had a good time commentating. Anything else you can talk about the race? I mean, the start, and there was nothing going on. Like, there was nothing terrible through Rouge. Everybody started great, and I think the race progressed pretty well there at the beginning, the first 5 laps. But I'd love to hear your take on that.
Yeah, actually, I would love to hear from our top 3 finishers. Broom, any luck on getting them in?
Unfortunately, but all 3 have said that they are too busy, and unfortunately we're not able to join the parties.
All right. Well, in that case, actually, let's throw it over to Ferret. Ferret, this was your first commentary in this league, first commentary with myself as well. A little bit of a different format than what this league is usually doing, but obviously, as we've mentioned, great track, great cars. Tell us all about it once again. Your thoughts on the race and your take on everything.
Well, it was like I said on the stream, it's a recipe for like instant classic. I've got to give you a Broomhandle. Great recovery from your early spin out. Fantastic effort there.
Thank you.
But it's I really can't comment anymore. I really enjoyed every moment of it. It was I didn't want to see a safety car happen, but then at the end you kind of like, oh, give us a safety car, give us something exciting to see at the end, and it did. It was just, the battle at the end was fantastic to watch.
Yeah, well, I'm really hoping that we'll get to do this once more. Definitely feel free to join our, next streams. Let us know if you're available. And yeah, I had a lot of fun commentating with you today.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, I am actually completely free on Thursdays for commentary with you guys.
Awesome. All
I'm
right.
actually kind of looking forward to next week because it's Canada next week.
Yeah, I
So
was just gonna say, next week is gonna be one of your major favorites, and that is Canada. So that's gonna be very exciting. Broomhandle, do you want to give us maybe your take on the race as well, or just let us know, any messages?
Yeah, yeah. Firstly, I gotta say to Ferret and Blend, thank you guys so much for commentating on the Classic Cup Group 2 race. You guys were absolutely spot on, perfect commentary. I hope the viewers watching right now enjoyed the race as well. But I guess my perspective on the race was basically phenomenal. I got a lot of drivers kind of talking about the race in the because I was part of the main chat there, and a lot of people were having a great time. There was a ton of battles on track, ton of action. And it kind of is interesting, like you guys said, you guys both said that this is a different type of race because it's not traditionally our Red Bull v McLaren battle. This is our special event where we have all bronze. That's why it's called a different name, of course, the Stroopwafel Grand Prix. But yeah, it was an absolutely phenomenal race. Had a lot of just chaos. That was absolutely phenomenal to watch and to drive as well on side because, I mean, I was driving in that race and it was really fun. It was really fun.
Awesome. Okay, well, I think that's a good point for us to sign off here. Huge thank you to all of the drivers for putting on an amazing show for all of us here tonight. Huge thank you to Broomhandle and all the other organizers of the league for doing an incredible job every single week for organizing both groups and all the commentary and making everything else happen behind the scenes. Huge thank you again to Ferret for being my co-commentator for today and doing an incredible job once again.
thank you very much. Well, I'm happy to join in really. As I entertaining race, so I could not be happier. Thank you very much for having me.
Awesome. And on that, we're gonna say thank you to also all of our viewers, everybody who's already subscribed to the channel, even though it's only been up there for a couple of hours now. The main reason I had some technical difficulties getting the stream up today was because the terms and agreements of the YouTube was not even accepted yet. They wouldn't even let us live stream, so I had to quickly get that done, but it's all good to go now. So subscribe to the channel, leave us a like, leave a comment, let us know what you thought about tonight's race. If you guys want to join the league as well, make sure to write in or leave us a comment so we can see that and we can give you all the information about how to join this incredible league with all of these amazing drivers. But from BLIN-MACHINE, from Ferret, from Broomhandle, from all of the drivers that are here today for Group 2, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next week at the same time for another great Group 2 race here in Canada. That's going to be one hell of a race. So thanks again, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you soon. Good night.